Hello everyone, this is Dave from Dave's Wreaths and Things. Today's episode, I'm going to be creating a colorful felt birthday wreath. Today is going to be full of color, full of felt, full of fun, so stick around. My materials that I'm going to be using today are these square felt pads, and this is a 14-inch styrofoam wreath frame that I'm going to be using. So, now that we have that all over and done with, let's hop right to the tutorial and get started. Okay, I have my colorful felt laid out, and these felt sheets are about 6 inches by 6 inches square. So what I'm going to be doing is at the 3-inch mark, cutting these in half and then basically cutting them in quarters. So I'm getting 4 pieces out of one sheet. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of pieces, and I don't measure anything. I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm going to be cutting 1.5 million squares. So I'm just going to eyeball this rather than measuring everything. And really, in the end, it doesn't really matter that it's perfectly square or not. Unless you're really obsessed about it, then by all means measure up. But all I'm doing is I'm cutting each square into quarters and making little piles of all my colorful felt. And this is the felt package that I found at the local dollar store here. It's a Dollarama. They've got all these beautiful colors in there. And the only colors that I'm not using are the white and the black. So now I've cut them into quarters. I am going to now cut them down even more. So it's pretty much I'm cutting them into eighths. So I've got these really little squares. They're about 1 inch by 1 inch, 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, something like that. And this is what I'm going to be using for my wreath. And I'm just going to go through all these little piles and create even smaller piles of even smaller pieces of felt. I'm not going to lie, it was a little time consuming, but you will see in the end, this is totally worth it. So I have my little piles going on here, and I'm cutting everything up into those really small squares. And I have my little wreath, but before that, I'm just going to have a little interruption here. I wanted to send out a couple of happy birthday wishes. The first one, I have known her for more than 30 years. She is my best friend. She is my sister. Tracy, I love you. Happy 50th birthday. I can't believe 50 already. Time is going by so fast. Also, I want to wish a very happy birthday to a wonderful Orlando resident. Your granddaughter Nicole got a hold of me and asked me to wish Jeanette a happy 81st birthday. So Jeanette, happy 81st birthday. All the best to you. Again, Tracy, I love you. Happy birthday. Jeanette, happy 81st birthday. And Nicole, if you're watching, it was great talking to you. Let's get back to that wreath. So here I am with my wreath ring, and all I'm going to do is put a little dab of glue in each corner and then apply it down onto the wreath form. And this is basically almost like, like fish scales? It's almost like that sort of pattern that I'm going for, but not so perfect. So it's going to be a little bit messy. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be colorful. That is what I'm aiming for here. So my squares aren't cut perfectly. That's totally fine by me. That's totally cool. That's half the fun of it, if you ask me. And of course, all these wonderful colors that I'm using, the greens, the yellows, the orange, red, pink, and blue. It is just coming together so wonderfully. I'm so happy. Even with the first couple of rows that you see here, I am so happy with how this is coming together. And you can see I am just basically alternating the colors and overlapping the previous line of felt triangles. And I just keep going with that. And you can kind of see it happening now, seeing it come together a little bit. as I keep going and adding on more triangles. So there it is right now. Maybe if I cover it up, you can kind of see what's going on and where I'm going to go with the rest of the wreath. So I'm just going to continue this all the way around, and you can see how colorful, how fun, how birthday-ish this is. Is that even a word, birthday-ish? You know what? I'm going to make it a word from now on. Birthday-ish. But I'm putting on my last couple of triangles here. You can kind of see, you know, I started off with these perfect piles, and now it's just all the colors, everything is all over the place, but it's kind of fun. And putting on my last row here, the first row I'm just tilting over, you can see that, and I'm placing my last row just underneath that first row. And I'm just kind of deciding which colors need to go where and how to finish this off. And I try not to add too much at the end. And I think once I put that down, nope, I see something else. So I'm like, oh, I'm just going to grab a little triangle here. And this one is going to be the last one to cover up the entire wreath so we don't see that green underneath anymore. And there you have it. My beautiful, colorful, felt, fun birthday wreath. Of course, as I was looking at it, I was like, you know what? I wonder if this needs something else. It's colorful, it's fun, it's felty, I love it, but I think it needs just one more thing. So I was looking around and I had this colorful package of pipe cleaners. At this point, I didn't know where I was going to go with it. I just took all the pipe cleaners out, I just started looking at them, and then something said twirl them. So I didn't know where I was going with it. I was kind of seeing, you know, at this point, what can I do with this, with all of these twirls? And then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to twirl and twirl and twirl and twirl until an idea comes up in my head that I like or that I want to try. And that's the beauty part of crafting, and that's why I love wreath making and crafting. So here's my first idea, is to glue all of these onto a piece of felt, but I burned myself twice already in this short little time. Then I tried doing it with the pen, and then I'm going to add another one on here. I burned myself again. So it was one burn after another, and this idea did not work. It did not pan out. Again, there I am burning my fingers. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to start twisting again until I come up with another idea. So here we go, twisting and more twisting. Then I came up with this idea. Why don't I just group them together? They are made of wire after all. They're pipe cleaners and they're meant to twist around. So all I did was I grouped a whole bunch of them. And then once I got a couple, I think about 5 or 6, I decided I'm just going to twist the ends of them just to kind of tie them all together. And then I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just make a huge kind of curly pipe cleaner bow thing that I can put on? So what I do is basically every maybe 3rd or 4th pipe cleaner that I put on, I just twist it around, and I created this really strong base all of a sudden. And I just started adding these all on, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to use all these curly cues on here. I want it big, I want it fun, I want it colorful. So I just started adding on, and it was just, you know what, it totally made me smile. I just thought this was so fun, so cool, and I was so happy with it. So I kept going with it until I had my last piece on there. And of course my last piece is on there. I just love how this turned out. It is so bouncy, it's so fun, and it looked great. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna bend at a 90-degree angle that center core that I created, and I'm gonna throw a whole bunch of hot glue down right there at the bottom, and then I'm gonna glue that right onto my felt wreath. And what I do is I do press it down and I do hold it there for quite a while just to make sure the glue sets. I mean, hot glue does set pretty quickly. And once it's all set, then I can play around with it, opening it up a little bit and spreading those curly cues all out. Look how fun this is. Very birthday-ish. I brought that word back. But there you have it. Nice and easy, a quick little fun addition. I mean, you could do this little curly cue for any wreath, really, or anything, presents. But here is our final wreath, colorful, felty, birthday-ish, and a lot of fun. I had so much fun making this today. Again, a very, very happy birthday to Jeanette, happy 81st birthday, and to Tracy, happy 50th birthday. And if you're celebrating a birthday this month, happy birthday to you. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit that like button and maybe leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye for now.